The lyrical man himself, Lyrical Joe, bar for bar, back to back on Culture Daily. It's Friday. You know how we jam. You know how we bring you the most exclusive experiences, Charlie. And that's the young brother right there, Lyrical Joe, out with the new projects. We're going to get into all that. But before that, serenading us with some beautiful hip-hop jams, lyrics right there. I saw some alphabet play in there. Definitely dopeness. Charlie, Lenny Lumote, you were jamming with me.
I was feeling that one.
You were feeling that one. That one hit you.
D. Oh, that was dope. That was
ABCD.
Yeah. Say A, B, C, D. That was great.
That was
That was
But I
really
mean,
good,
that's
yeah.
definitely good.
It was 4 songs. All 4 songs are dope.
Yeah, and I love the fact that this is just on the heels of us talking about hip-hop and all that.
Just yesterday,
We'll get into all that. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, hands together as I usher into Studio 899, the man himself, none other than Lyrical Joe. Doing the work there. He said the man dropped bars. Bars. Showing some love right there to the audience. That's just beautiful.
Nah, man, I really spoiled that.
Yeah.
Mad.
That was hard.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. Because you see my brother work.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's coming in.
Yeah. There we go.
Coming in hot.
Out of the performance studio into 899. There we go.
Oh, you spotted it.
Aquaba, Wizzo.
Charlie, you spotted it. That was hot. Fire in the booth.
Charlie.
Or fire in the pit.
Spot the studio. Fire service on the way. Charlie. It be so.
Charlie rap yo.
Oh.
Hey, rap.
Rap.
Your breath control. Your breath control is amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, getting straight into it, yesterday, you know, we were there with you for most of it. Your album, photo album.
Yeah.
Capturing the images, telling the stories. I mean, walk us through it. Charlie, take us from the beginning, the inspiration, how you thought about it, the name, what kind of album it is. Charlie, we are about to get all the details today on Culture Daily.
Yeah. I mean, photo album is, one of those projects that, I was sitting down and it just caught me off guard, like, hey, where you used to be, you're not there anymore. But even though, yesterday it was like this, today is better. And tomorrow is going to be better. So then I decided to go into the studio, this time not with a camera, but with my lyrics, and capture pictures of the past, the present, and the future. So, this album tells you where I've been, where I am now, and where I'm going to, and this is the first photo album. You are not actually looking at pictures, but then you are listening to audio, sound. Yeah.
How far do you think you've come? I mean, looking at where you started, battles, freestyle, roaming, studio, how far do you think you've come?
I mean, awards and other things really makes you, feel good as an artist and everything. But when I look at how far I think I have come, what I'm really happy about is that I'm at a point where, people hit me up and be like, Charlie, this your music really, really hold me down.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, you are being recognized by the VGM is the 3 music awards and everything. That's another thing on its own. But to be able to, save life of people, to have schools, studying your music and everything, that's much more an award too as well.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand the journey that you've been through and the struggles and all that, but with regards to developing yourself as you keep elevating from one version of Lyrical Joe to the next version, it's always challenging. And this version of you now, which is bringing us the photo album, would you say is your most matured version, or are you still elevating? Is this a point where you're like, you know what, I'm a big boy now, let me tell a different kind of story?
I can never say this is the most matured point, because maybe by the time I'll be ready to drop my next project, we are going to see something else that is going to be a build-up. But I would say that at this point, this is a matured project coming from me as well. This is not the Lyrical Joe that went into the studio to, do freestyles or just go. I came to give music on this one, and it's a matured version, definitely.
I see the videos. We're watching some of the videos here. Videos are dope. Visuals are clean. The styling is on point. What's the business end like? How? Because we spoke about something yesterday where a lot of rappers have to self-fund. There's no investment coming in. There's no support. Tell us how you are doing it.
Yeah, when it comes to me, like what you're saying is true. It's hard. If you're a rapper or a musician and you really need to fund yourself, then it's really going to weigh you down a lot. If you don't take care, you are going to be depressed. But God being great, for me, I deal with an investor who is, interested, one person that said that, oh, look, I like your craft and I would like to invest into it, and let's do this and take it to the next level. So, God being great.
Does that mean we're going to see an elevation to everything? The video styling, the appearances, everything?
Yeah.
Is the investor just working on the monetary aspect, or is there some kind of management structure that's going to get us to the kind of collaborations, platforms? We're talking about plugging the whole week.
Plugging.
Yeah.
Yeah, very important. I mean, he is holding the monetary aspect, but then we have a team that, they are on the go. We need to do an album launch. We need to have this feature. We need to do this. They are on the go. They are down for me. We need to shoot a video. Definitely, the investor cannot leave his work and come and handle that. So, yeah, there's definitely a body to the whole skeleton.
Okay, Lenny,
So, I mean, on the same tangent, so does that mean that now you are allowed to just focus on the creative direction, creative process?
Yeah.
Because the last time you were here, you were talking about the fact that you had to do all of it, but now you have to, you get the opportunity to just focus on the creative direction and all that.
Focus on the creative direction, you know, work on the music, make sure I'm tapping in with the producer, the mixing is going well, the vocals, everything is nice. That's what I'm focusing on. Yeah.
Okay, so how is that reflected in your socials? The numbers, what are you looking behind the dashboard? What are you seeing?
Behind the dashboard, it's going well. From where I was and where I am now, way more numbers and elevation, definitely, and recognition. People actually tapping into the craft, expecting your album. I mean, last night was the launch, and people pulled up. Dignitaries also, pulled up for me very well, and
you have 15 songs on the album. Is this your most populated project yet?
No. I mean, I dropped LP.
Yes.
Then I even dropped an LP before EP,
yes.
And the LP had 25 songs.
Yes.
I dubbed it King in Limelight.
But that's an LP. I'm talking
LP.
about an album. An album. And I'm looking at the number of times you are doing the songs and the number of verses you've had to write.
I've had to write.
Because 25 LP, you have 50. How long did it take to put it together?
This album, I was supposed to drop it somewhere last year, but then it was, we had to push it to, because it was almost close to December already.
So it was done?
Yeah, it was done.
With the features and everything?
Yeah, so we had to push it to this year, but I would say it took me a space of at least, when it comes to the recording process, the writing and everything, 3 months. Yeah, it took me that.
Wow.
It definitely did.
But you don't think that shocking your fans with a lot of songs, may create some kind of disconnect, because they need to catch up on all these songs?
No, I'm building my catalog.
Right.
As an artist, I really need this, and it puts me to a test too as well. I mean, you want to do a body of work, you can't just hop on into the studio and just do one topic or one thing and you're done. You need to see your strength, because maybe if tomorrow the bigger labels come for you now, you need to show them your strengths, how you can tap into different pockets and and all that. So for me, I'm building my catalog, and my people love it as well. So
then after this album, you're going to see another single.
Yeah, definitely have to work. And as an artist, it gives me more time to work on the next thing that I want to work on, either a single, EP, or whatever it is. It gives me more time, because you've given them something. You've dropped an album. You're going to be taking time to drop videos one by one and all that. That's time off for you, at least to do some other stuff.
Now, in building your catalog, how have you been able to do it? Also, stay consistent, stay atop it, and then also what went into the creation of this photo album?
Yeah, when it comes to that, it's really stressful for rappers, people like us. It's really stressful, because you don't want, maybe even working into the song, you don't want to even tap into a verse where people are going to say this is whack, or you are checking everything, you are featuring people, they are coming with their A game and everything. So for an artist who cares about what he's saying and what he's putting out, it's really stressful. But then this is what I love. I love when I'm pushed against the wall, at least I bounce back better. So
okay. What are you looking to achieve from this album that your previous projects or LPs haven't done yet?
I want this album to take people on a journey. I want this album to be that album that when you're in the car going somewhere, like you're on a journey, you start the album is also a journey.
Yeah, two egos.
You should be able to tap into different emotions. You have like the two egos. You have like what I did with the Fear, Hustle, and Ambition, that will make you think deep about life. And then you have the ABCD that will tell you that everything is relaxed. This album should resonate with everyone in any corner, whatever situation they are in. They have their piece on there.
Personally, I didn't see the Ifya collaboration coming, and it was I think it's
Yeah,
now my
yeah,
favorite
I like it a
record.
lot. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
really
say,
dope.
with the volume of music that you put out, 2 verses here, sometimes 3 verses, 25 tracks, 15 tracks. Do you ever struggle with having to make sure you have original content? That what you are going to say on this next verse or this next song, you haven't already said in some other, because there's a lot of information you are giving us. How do you stay fresh?
It's true. It's a struggle. Sometimes you even go and do a verse and be like, I'm sure I've said this somewhere. And be like, no, quick, let me, distract that and go again. It's a big struggle. But what I've realized about that over the years is that, like, for example, every year I drop 5th August. Let's say I rap and I go about 9 minutes. Soon as I'm done, I feel like I can't outdo this next year. I can't do it. But by the time next year comes, I'm in the mood and I'm going at it, and I want something fresh. I'm trying to beat. The competition is yourself and your past. So I'm trying to beat me, and it is difficult, but it's one of the things that has built me. At least my mind is strong. It's not every artist or any rapper that can go into the studio and they say, Charlie, crap at 16 bars right now, and they can do, because sometimes it takes a lot of thinking. But because of some of these stresses that I've put my mind through, so at least I'm able to stand such things.
Right. Now, still on the album, what went into choosing of the features? Because I see you have Ifya on there, Medical, EL, AQ, Sifa, Daco Vibes, right? What went into choosing these people for all of the songs, and then for the particular songs you put them on? So I would like you to, break it all down for us here.
So when it comes to my album, actually, like my music, I really get personal with it. I normally, like the features with like Ifya, Safina, I normally don't sing or rap and be like, okay, I'm leaving the chorus for somebody to come and do. I write the whole thing. Now, when I'm done, maybe I might write it and sing everything and rap whatever I want to rap. But when I'm done, I know that this is an album. As much as you want to give the people you need varieties and everything, I need to picture one person that can kill this vocal better than me, because definitely there's someone that can sing better than you, and I put the emotions in there. So for the hustle and ambition, I knew that Ifya could do this, and I was sticking to that until I got here. I was ready to wait till I got here to come and do it. And then I sent the song over with my vocals on and all that. I was like, I want you to do this for me. And then she liked it as well as soon as she heard it, so she came through and did it. When it came to Sefatu, I went through the same process. But someone like Daco Vibes, he has his vibes already. So, the name speaks for itself. So he came in there, and with that song, I was even already done with the full thing. But as soon as he heard it, he started doing his melodies and everything. We had to, scrap everything I did, and then I had to succumb to what he was doing and just go with him, because then again, sometimes it's just not you. You need the people to, have varieties and feel different vibes.
So how would you call this album? Would you call it a hip-hop album, a rap album, or a high life album?
It's definitely a rap album.
It's a rap album.
It's definitely a rap album, because when it comes to that, even if I was on a piano vibe on the song, I was still rapping.
Right.
Any beat I hopped on, I was still rapping. So it's a rap album.
The reason I'm asking this is because I don't see a lot of rappers apart from Medical and what you may call it, EL. And I think AQ, right? I was hoping I would see maybe perhaps a Sack, or or even your own nemesis Amarado. That's if you guys are still not cool. But just a quick one. You guys cool though?
Yeah, cool.
You guys
I'm
are cool. Okay,
yeah.
all right. Were there plans to have him on the album? And
No, I didn't have plans.
Okay,
and some other people, you definitely had plans, but timing don't go the same.
Okay.
Maybe they're somewhere doing something. So I had to.
So we missed some features.
Yeah, well, we missed
Can you tell us which?
we missed one with Calligraph.
oh wow.
And by the time I dropped the intro, he called. He was like, "Yo, I see you just dropped the intro. So you submitted the songs already?" I was like, "Yeah." But then definitely we'll hop on something else. Yeah.
But did he send his verse? Did you hear the verse? Or
He didn't get to
work
send the
together?
verse. He didn't
So
get to
you
send
owe
the
us
verse.
one single with Calligraph.
Yeah.
I do.
Looking forward to
I
that
mean, now
one.
that you mentioned Calligraph, let's talk about the love you have in East Africa. Like, talk to us about how did it get there? Because at the time that I would arguably say Ghanaians were not big on the following, you were receiving a lot of love from East
there.
Africa.
It's all because of hip hop. Africans love hip hop very much, and they're always looking for other things, people that are coming up. And I happen to, have a I got into beefs with people from other countries,
Hey.
and we were going at it like from Sierra Leone and Cameroon at the same time, and we're going at it. So it made other
No,
Africans
Lyrical, pause. Hold on. Hold on. You go into a beef.
Yeah.
So even before the Amirado beef, you're getting beef with other
during
African
the
rappers.
during the COVID time, it was
Oh, wow.
it was back to back, and we were just going at it, and everyone was online for it because COVID time, everyone is in their rooms.
No, but how do you get into beef into with other rappers outside your country during
It's,
COVID?
it's social media back to back now. You see somebody's dropping for you, and you have to go for
Respond
them.
to it.
Oh, wow.
And I found a way to when I was going for them, the thing is, I found a way to enter their hearts and minds because I didn't just go for the rapper. I'm coming to research about your country, the things you have there. Then I'm coming at you with it, and people be like, "How are you in Ghana?" And
Doing all these things,
for that
yeah.
reason, they go into your they'll come to your YouTube, they go into your catalog and be like, "Okay, so when the beef is watered down, they are still with you.
Wow.
They're still vibing to you, and that's how
So you actually
I got
won
this.
their community. Yeah?
So aside that, are you looking forward to running any promos there as well? Especially knowing that you have, a staunch fan base over there. Are you looking at that?
Yeah, I've been to Sierra Leone already to do some promo, and I'm going to do that with this album as well.
Okay.
And I'm looking at Kenya and Cameroon. Yeah.
Would you do or would you be a part of a hip hop event? In these countries that you are talking about,
Definitely.
or would you want to initiate it?
Yeah,
So that you can spread.
I mean, some people are there already. They're just waiting for you to make the move and
Right.
come. When you come, they'll be like, there are lots of plans that they will really want to have you on and all that. And the things I do my barcode, and my barcode is aside my single projects I drop within a year. I do barcodes, and that's just me rapping on it. Sometimes I take people from Tanzania, let them come and rap on it. I go in there, search for some of their hardest rappers, let them come on there as well. And these are some of the things too that established me at this place. Go to Cameroon, let somebody come and rap on there, and that's what I've been doing.
I want to find out about the human being. We've spoken about Lyrical Joe and how much I'll be house.
House on fire.
What's it like? What's the personal life like? Balancing being this rapper and rap. I say rap is the only competitive genre, right? You are always an athlete. You always have to make sure you are better
running.
than the last thing you did.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Everybody's coming for you. But what's it like? What's your personal life like? Walk us through it. On a regular day of Lyrical Joe before you hit the studio.
And on a regular day of Lyrical Joe, so there are times within the week that I would just be home. And as for when it comes to writing music, it's as a rapper of my caliber, it comes natural. Sometimes you are there and something drops in your mind, and you just pick up your phone and type it. So
Right.
I don't really sit down and plan that. Okay, right now I'm about to write some song. No, I just do it. I put that aside. And there are times that I really don't even want to hear a beat or anything. I just want to relax and watch movie. But within the week, like for a week like this too, I have days that I go. For example, I go to church twice a week.
Oh.
Yeah, I do that, and then that's like my personal thing, my personal life. I go to church twice a week, and I'm just home vibing. Sometimes if I just want to be in this, not to record, but I'm in the studio, just feeling, listening. No, just hearing the producer work, just feeling the environment and all that. That's
Would
basically.
you say
it.
that's what sharpens your craft?
Yeah, and
Would you advise that or share that as a hack to someone?
that might work for me, but not for
for
everyone.
everybody,
Yeah,
sure.
and then aside the music being serious, you being a serious rapper, sometimes tension and everything is too much. So when I meet some of the colleagues, like for example, someone like Bosom Pyong, we are close friends and all that. So personally, we have fun a lot, like joke, just to ease the tension. Have fun, talk, go to places, sometimes to the pool
When
and
you
all
say
that.
tension, is the tension coming from family responsibilities, or is coming from a personal, untold story?
Yeah, tension comes from me. When it comes to me, tensions come from me and then people around me, because I look around, I'm like, okay, these people that are around you, they love your craft, you're working with them. You really need to get to a peak where you can give them back.
Provide.
You can make everyone feel comfortable. That is one. And then when it comes to me personally, to having the tension of I need to do better. I have somebody that is investing in me. I need to do better. We need to make it. I need to get to the next level. I need to win an award. I need to, all these things, these are tensions, and it comes in every sector that you find yourself in this life. Even if you work in the office, you will have it.
That's right.
Now, how are you working towards that? How are you, working to make sure that you and everyone around you, is comfortable and
I make sure that I don't let the people around me down. When it comes to like being creative, because sometimes you have a team, you might randomly play a song and watch everyone and see how they'll react to the song, and sometimes when people hear potential hit songs and everything, how happy they are. You might have for example, let's say an investor that invest in your music, but there are some songs there are some things that you would do that he would call you personally and be like, listen, let's make sure that let's push this. This is and I'm very happy when I do things like that, and the outcome is always genuine and great. So I just really work on myself hard so that the people around me can also be good.
How well do you deal with rejection? And let me expand this conversation. You understand what I'm saying? In line with what you're saying, that you may play a record in the studio and everybody's excited. Oh, this is a hit song. This is a hit song, but really, it does not turn out becoming a hit song. How do you bounce back from that?
Yeah, I mean, some people like to coil in one corner when rejection happens.
Right.
Maybe being a human, in the moment it might hit you.
Right.
And you're not happy with it. But as for me, I always take that, because it's two things for me. When you go back to nothing.
Right.
So there's definitely nothing to lose or going to cry about. So I just really have to come back harder, make sure that I get it right. Yeah,
Okay.
That's it. There's been times where maybe you want to go for a show, you want to be on a show or anything, and you don't get the chance. It doesn't mean that you will never get the chance to be on that show in your life.
Right.
When you work harder and you are getting there, that show will call you. They will definitely call you.
Do you want to share an experience with
and
us?
be like,
A particular stage where you once upon a time dreamt of being on and you didn't get a chance, and later you got called?
Oh, but I mean, as for those instances, there's a lot of them. I remember there was a time, the first time I would ever get my song played on YFM. At that time, there was Killer Fingers there. And Killer Fingers is not easy to get by for him to say that, okay, they should play the music. Sometimes even when we go, we have like two songs.
Right.
You have the Afro and you have the hip hop.
Yeah.
And you play both, and he's like, what is this? I'm not going to play this. I'm going to play that.
Not sure.
But at the end of the day, a time came where we don't really have to go through that anymore. You are just ready to release your music. You take it there, or they call you, Charlie, you drop something new. Let's play it, and you're good to go.
On that tangent, I want to know what your general reception has been for hip hop. How do people receive you being a hip hop artist, you being a rapper at the core? We all see the noise and the fanfare we make around every new Afrobeat song. Before the song blows, if we deem it that it has blown, because it is Afrobeat and we are dancing.
True.
Now, I know hip hop has had its struggles. We mentioned a few yesterday, but I want to know now, this generation, your generation, leading the charge, what's the reception been like in the media, in the public?
One thing I would say is that my people love me for what I do when it comes to hip hop. Sometimes I do other things, but I can't deny the love that comes when it is hip hop. When it comes to me, when I get on my hip hop things, people really love it. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, I would be performing on the VGMA unveiling, right?
Okay.
And so yesterday, Mr. Robert Clark came to the listening, and he was like, I heard you are rehearsing with the people. What are you going to perform? I was like, I'm coming in with 2 hip hop songs, and at the end I'm going to do something. He was like, are you singing? Are you doing any Afro or anything? I was like, oh no, maybe the last song that I have is a beat kind of stuff. He was like, no, that's not what we are bringing you on the show for. We want, this is what you are, and we want you to come in. That's your set. You are representing that.
Straight.
And
nice.
So I was like, no problem, I have that. So it goes a long way to tell me that that it is taking a shape on its own. This is what at least Ghanaians want to be able to say, that people like that want to be able to say, when it comes to rap, this is the person we are calling, and when it comes to Afro, this is the person we are calling. When it comes to this is the person we are calling. And
that makes a lot of sense.
Now, Lyrical Joe, you mentioned having to go to church twice a week.
Yeah.
Right now, on this album, you have 3 songs that depict religion or Christianity. You have your amen and then blessed and street prophets. So I'd just like us to get into, spirituality and religion, what that means to you, how you are able to thrive as a Christian, and how you are able to, walk that walk with God, especially with the hip hop music that you're doing. You know how people don't exactly, believe that some people doing secular music know God and they see people in a certain way. So how are you able to balance all of that?
I mean, I'm not one of those people that believe in God that don't know maybe the word of God. At least I know some things about that, and I know that I might be doing hip hop, but at the end, nobody can come and stand anywhere to tell me that what I'm doing is for the one. The talent is not the devil's giving; it came from somewhere. And second off, God, when it comes to God, it is only Him that can show you who He's pleased with and who He's not pleased with.
True.
There's not
So
any man
true.
that will tell you that God is not pleased with what you're doing. No. I'm still alive. I'm being blessed by what I'm doing, and it shows that God is involved in what I'm doing. So that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, nice one. There's always been a misconception that dancehall guys, reggae guys, rappers, we are concrete, hard guy. They show love every day, gangster, this, that. What do we know about your love life? Are you the girl them sugar? Are you the girl them lyrical?
Oh, Charlie.
I can get very romantic with stuff. Like on the album, there's a song, A Gate.
Okay.
And
A Gate.
Is that inspired from real life?
Yeah, and the thing is that because I happen to be the lyricist type, so even if I want to write a love song, I'm really going deep into it.
Charlie.
Uh-huh.
You are tapping into your inner William Shakespeare.
Charlie. I did really go deep into it, because most of the people that people think are hard guys, big babies home. Yeah, big babies home. That's how it is. And the ones that you even think are the lover boys are become, maybe the hard guys, the players and all that.
There's a lot of people who have that lover boy brand. Are you looking at collaborating with them? Because this deep lyrics and all that would show a different side of you on a typical lyrical Joe song. But a collaboration that might have maybe your typical lover boy kind of brand on it. Is that something you'd be looking forward to?
Yeah. It would depend on, there's a lover boy and there's a different type of lover boy where maybe the person they do wind your waist and
Hey.
I don't think I can go that far with the wind your waist, where maybe I'll be performing on the stage and I have to take off my top and show six packs and wind my waist I don't think I will go that deep, but I mean I can do something that the ladies will fall in love with.
What's your love language?
Lyrics.
So that would be words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation, yeah. Like, okay, maybe in order of preference or no,
but when it comes to me, when it comes to me, I really would rather do things to show you that I care. Acts of service than to be saying it.
Hey,
let me ask you them.
You know the thing, so
Oh,
Charlie, in the morning, I share Bible verse.
I just realized something. Your boy goes all the way to the back. I thought our boy would just
It's part of the
lyrics.
brand.
It's connected to the lyrics. It's connected to the lyrics at the back.
What's the inspiration behind a boy all the way to the back?
Yeah, as for this one day, I was like, listen, if nobody's going to make me the headline, I'm making my own headline.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's not our boy, it's a headline.
No. I felt
the
that.
headline. Are you the headline now? Your mama is the headline.
The mama they give me, and they say names and decisions really reflects on things that you do, and since I did it, it's been people talk manifestation. Yeah.
Yo, that's
Right.
dope.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
That's really
it's a
dope.
cool look.
Yeah.
It's a cool look.
Okay.
And it connects with
Old school too.
I
I want to go and tell my father
Cool
that.
and the gang.
I want to go and tell
the boys.
Osoja.
Also a headliner. Why?
Daddy, my boy, I there.
You've heard a lot of lyrical people across the continent. Which country do you think has it? The way they are giving Afrobeat, they've packaged it and they've sold it to Nigeria.
Crazy.
We didn't even get a receipt.
You don't even give them invoice.
The way we give up no coming to Nigeria. Who has rap?
Me, I always say Ghanaians, not because of what is even happening right now, but if I should look back to when people, some other rappers from other countries weren't popping off, Ghana was holding it like. We had this Killians. We know like Shaolin Monfort. They died.
Navy Blue, Hartsville.
Man, and the things that they were doing, they were digging into pockets that people won't do. Some people come on stage and it's a whole art. They are rapping like they are ghosts and things. We really did that to a point where we had the skillionaires and and all that. So it's always been our thing. That I would say, for example, somebody like
Kevin Beats.
at the time he was doing things like three-headed beats. It was very. That's something you would say, okay, this person is ahead of his time.
Right.
And other countries weren't really into that. So it's always been Ghana
why,
for me.
if we have, this is the paradox I never understand. Everywhere you go, they say Ghanaians they rap, Ghanaians they rap, hip hop.
But hip hop no the part for Ghana.
Hip hop no the part for Ghana.
It's true.
You again. I'm going to use
Because people like you decided to stop.
Yeah, people like you decided to put down the mic.
What sort of question is this?
The other day I met
People like you decided to stop, and you're asking about why hip
They
hop.
say I rap about money too much. Pardon my cash flow. King in the jungle. I'm
Please,
feeling
don't give me that. Don't know. It's not about this 1 second, 1 year. Stay in it. Stay in it.
Ricky, Anita, I quit.
Stay in it.
But with what you said, there was an argument recently like that. The other day I met Kwekuti, and he was like, yo, people like you guys that are coming up with this kind of rap style, with some, for me like this, I owe you an apology because we shouldn't have stopped, and we should have just kept.
Yeah, the torch bearers quench the torch.
But I know why some of them stopped. Some of us are experiencing it or we are feeling it and everything. The first time I met EL, it was like, Charlie, if you don't take it very soon, you will start to sing. You will forget self.
Wow.
And when he said that, I already knew because that when it comes to rap, let's say you are underground.
Yeah.
Nobody they feel you don't have anyone, and you want to go and give your song to a DJ or some big man to hold you down, and you give him a rap song, and he's telling the typical Ghanaian big man or DJ will tell you that Masa, hip hop no. Fatun chain, rap no, Fatun chain. They will. So if you don't take it, you are going to stop there. You will stop. And then when you get to a point and maybe it's now that there are changes, but the top music events that will happen, the big organizers that are putting you on are going to tell you that, listen, you like this guy, you rap too much. You can't come and be rapping on the stage too much because they didn't really have faith and belief when it comes to rap. They didn't know how big the thing was or what it was.
Is it because we have the wrong people in those places? Because if people are loving hip hop and then the promoter doesn't understand hip hop, then the promoter is not.
And when it comes to Ghana, it's been two different battles. Wow. Difference between Kasahari and
hip hop and
rapping.
Which one do they accept easily?
The Kasahari.
Okay, so we don't like it. But if we are to choose one,
they will choose Kasahari. That's the thing. They will choose Kasahari.
How has that been for you personally?
Over you any day, anytime. Some people will basically say, "Who crowd cabro fodo." They will tell you
because Brafona does not, like they can't relate.
Our official language.
Yeah, they can't relate to it. Does that really like worry you sometimes?
No. It doesn't because when I was doing it, unless maybe I wanted to rap to impress people that only love Kasahari, then I would stop.
Right.
But I know that hip hop is something big. It's a worldwide thing. So even if somebody here don't pick me, there's right now there's social media. There's somebody I can make a post and Eminem can come and say, "Who is this boy rapping here?" So they will come for me.
Do you think it's the person? Do you think it's the person being the poster child of English rap? Because when we were in school, we were listening to Fat Joe, we were listening to Lil Wayne, we were
listening to Drake, we were still listening to
Drake and all that.
Guys.
And we can't even recite. When we went for the McMill concert at Afro Nation, Afro Nation, we heard people rapping his lines, but it's just a few of you rappers who would be on stage and have that same energy. So what really is the disconnect?
How can they understand the Yankee English?
The Yankee English better than our own. It's a mindset. It's a mindset of when you are home, you cannot be a king as well because maybe you might be doing the same thing McMill is doing, but because you are not from Yankee and all that, it will take a while for them to say that. Maybe you can
be a while. I've suffered it. You have suffered it.
It's been a while. But you see, some crazy thing has been happening. For example, it got to a point where YouTube reactors started getting into Ghana music, Ghana rap.
Right.
And then they chanced on people like me, and then they started going into it.
Yeah.
So two things. maybe I'm just giving an example. Maybe to somebody in Ghana, Lyrical Joe is whack, and maybe, for example, you pair Lyrical Joe against Strongman. Maybe Lyrical Joe is whack to him because he doesn't rap in G, it's English, and what are you even saying?
Right.
It's whack to him. And then they hop on YouTube the next minute, and maybe there's a white man reacting to your music, and he's saying that, wow, this guy is on the level of this person, this person, this person. They become confused sometimes. It'd be like, sometimes I do see some of them go under YouTube comments to tell them that, oh, this guy cries nothing. Come and listen to this person in Ghana.
Oh, that's
They will
terrible.
probably mention, and it's always a Kasari rapper that somebody is mentioning under those posts. And you want the person to go and listen to that one. And when he goes, some of them do come back and be like, listen, I've heard this, but I still think it is this. And so it's all, the fight goes on.
Right.
It's a struggle.
Now, with what you said EL said to you, right, I'm interested in knowing what has kept you going all these years, because you've been at it and you've kept your head straight and level. There's no way. I mean, I remember a few months back when they said you rap in English and all of that. You've still given us an album that is heavily, dominantly English, right? What has kept your head screwed on straight?
Because I'm getting the people that I want, the target that I want. I'm getting them. They are appreciating me. And this is, so I'm not going to stop. It's two things. If I stop, would I say I'm going to learn tree and know how to rap in tree? No, I can't stop. That's not even my aim. I have all, like, the kind of target that I want to hit. I'm getting them. They are loving it. And then I'll just keep doing it. That's what they...
Right.
Have you suffered betrayal in your career before? Your journey? Often rappers and hip hop acts or hip hop heads like hip hop rapper betrayal, like they share one room.
One that I've never opened up about anywhere before, spoken about anywhere before. Definitely I have. And
do you want to share?
I think it's because it was too sensitive for me, so I never spoke about it. But this is when I firstly, at the point I lost my parents, so I went off Accra to go stay in, somewhere in Akosombo. Then when I decided to come back to Accra to, just perceive music and all that, the very first person I got that was interested in, working with me and signing me onto his label and everything. He had a studio, everything. I mean, everything was set and all that. He spoke to me. I was like, this is cool. Let's do something. I wasn't signed with anything, or it was just me too. I'm hungry. I want to work. I even remember him saying that before he would even put a pen to a paper on a deal, I would have to record 70 songs.
What?
Excuse me?
And he would provide the studio. And I definitely did. Because that's what I want to do. I don't have anywhere to go. I have a place there. I'm sleeping.
Right.
I have everything there, so I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm working there, and I definitely did. Stuck in the studio recording. That's how come I was able to get my first LP, 25 songs out of that 70 songs. That's how come I did that. And so one day, fast forward, I was able to drop my first single. At least I came on TV 1, 2. And one day, it was in the evening, I was sleeping. And by the time I woke up in the middle of fire. The studio had, caught fire like that. And I think it was the AC connection. And studios are,
no windows usually.
No windows, foam and black leather, and you see, so the place was already burning. The wire connection was very bad, so
Nobody
the place
woke you up.
was already burning. I woke up and it was smoke and all that. So, and in the house, it was me and just one caretaker. He was sleeping outside. I normally sleep in the studio.
Yeah.
So I ran out. And what happened is that day where I live and the studio is very far. So when I'm coming to time, maybe I have a show or interview this weekend, I come with my clothes, my bag and everything. So they were all in the studio. I remember running out in a boxer. So I came out and the place was on fire. It had gotten to the AC has gas in there. So, it had gotten there and it was crazy. So I started calling fire service to charge from 11 in the night, 12 in the night until 4 a.m. Some of them thought I was,
messing up with
playing
them.
prank and all that. They wouldn't come. So by the time they got to come, if this is the studio and this is the only place that, God forbid, was burning, it went into the whole everywhere. Everywhere, the POP, every place was on fire before they got there. So And at the same time, I was struggling to call, my
The owner,
boss
yeah.
that this is happening, but I wasn't getting him. But I also got him by morning by 4. But damages were already created. Studio things, everything was burnt. I only ran out with my hard drive. That's what I ran out with. So when he came, fire service came, they quenched the fire and everything, and then he also came. And when he first looked at the place, it was like, well, as long as you're alive, nothing happened. It's cool. Then the next minute, allegations, it was like I burnt the place.
Oh.
So I was like, how? Two people called me. They were like, listen, your boss is saying that you burnt the place. How? This is where your work is and everything. I'm like, how? And he hadn't said anything. So I hit him up myself. I'm like,
Also,
how?
this is the word on the street.
This is the word on the street. How? It was like, yeah, probably maybe I was smoking and then I slept. But yeah, I was with him for about 5 years. We worked for about 5 years, and he's never seen me even drink alcohol or smoke before. So I didn't even get where that maybe somebody says or where that came from. It was very bad. It was very, 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 very bad for me. He said I had burnt the place and he wasn't, willing to work with me anymore.
Oh.
And I think that at that time, even where the house that I was, he was the one that had, rented for me. So when he said he didn't want to work with me anymore, it means everything is going off.
Yeah.
So he came, made me understand that it's over because I burnt the place, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. So he doesn't want to work anymore. So while I was there planning on what to do next, sooner he ended the deal with me, what to do next and all that, I realized that my phone was buzzing. When I went on Twitter, that's when I realized that Sarkodie had put out the chorus for BB by looking for rappers, and people were just tagging me all over. And then he had tweeted at me, was like, listen, let's do this.
Wow.
Yeah, so in that state, it was two different things going on for me at that, at that moment. But I was able to, stand strong emotionally and deliver.
Did you ever put this experience in a record?
Never, nowhere. No, I haven't even said it on any interview or nothing. This is the first time.
I like what you said lastly about standing strong emotionally. And that takes me into my question about mental health and about being able to balance your emotions, your psyche, and everything that's coming at you. Promoters are saying that you have your own personal
People are
issues.
trashing you online, your own personal issues and all that.
Your own personal issues and all that. It gets a lot.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? How do you unwind?
At the point, like for example, if it's social media, I won't come. I'll just go off. At least let me be home and think for myself and rethink about why I'm doing this, why I started in the first place. Is it worth it to stop? Because if you stop, why you're going, and that keeps me going actually. But yeah, definitely these things come.
Have you ever suffered that kind of feeling where you think, okay, I'm depressed. This is, I'm locked. Like, sometimes we all have a bad day. We all have writer's block, creative inspiration doesn't come.
Yeah.
But has it ever got to the point where you feel like, I'm down, I'm not being able to elevate myself, that you needed to reach out to somebody or to some inspiration? Because you mentioned you don't drink, you don't smoke.
Yeah.
Great. A lot of people do. And other people will tell you that they do that in order to stay afloat.
True.
So you are in the same fire with us. That you don't drink, you don't smoke. How do you do it?
Yeah. Honestly, this is very hard. Sometimes I can be like, I don't want to do anything. Then I'm just, because maybe I've hit like that state. I don't want to do anything, so I'll just be there, thinking. Like I always say everywhere that I normally dwell on my past. So I'll go. When I think, I think that the present is so bad. Then I'll still be like, okay, but at least you are here and you are not going, like, you are not moving in life backwards. You are going forward. So maybe there's something better somewhere. It keeps me going. Yeah, that would be it.
Okay, before Lenny and Olele come in with the last set of questions, we have about 5 minutes left. Let me pay some bills, bro. The Slave for Ghana promo is here from Woodin. Enjoy the rich Ghanaian culture through amazing Woodin fabrics, ready-to-wear outfits, and fashion accessories as we celebrate Ghana. Visit Woodin shops nationwide. The offer ends on 7th April 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Woodin Le Creator. Now in Accra, you get Woodin at Accra Mall, ANC Mall, Junction Mall, Oxford Street, Oxford Street, High Street City Car Park Building, Legon City Mall, H&M Mall, Adenta in Kumasi, the Woodin Shops are in Kumasi City Mall, SG Mall, and a Doom Unicorn House in Cape Coast at the Pat Building near Kingsway in Takoradi near Market Circle, Koforidua in Atlantic Plaza Building, and the Pat Building in Sunyani. And that's Woodin saying Slave for Ghana promo, still celebrating Ghana Month, Hip Hop Month as well. Wear that your African print and show the vibe courtesy of Woodin. Now, Pepsodent is also saying every time that we eat our delicious Ghanaian food, sugars, spices, you name it, they get trapped in our teeth and they all lead to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, fuse, also known as foul breath. Now, brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth that protection it needs, leaving it 10 times stronger. Now, the Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with fluoride and micro-calcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. Now, Pepsodent has been doing this for 25 years, educating us on how to have the best dental hygiene, and they are recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. If you want to get in touch with Pepsodent, call customer care toll-free on 0800 2030. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
Just wanted to quickly add that next week, Woodin and Atutete will be helping us slave for Ghana. Monday to Friday, so y'all need to check out 3 Music.
I'd like to apologize to all the girls because I'm gonna be
What's
cuter.
that about?
Oh, Charlie.
I'm gonna be cuter.
Oh, Charlie, you're going to be
Atutete
fresh and
Woodin is
cutie.
doing it. You know it's deadly.
Okay.
Already crowd, they are having troubles. And,
Wow.
sisters, I'm sorry.
Charlie, someone says you should do a live rendition of the photo album like Cole did. I'm definitely loving your 3 Music TV performance. I think so too. I think, I mean, I really connected with your live performance. You really, you are aggressive and
Doing it.
do you like actually performing live?
Yeah, I do, because this, you know, when it comes to rap, you know, you're rigid with your productions and everything, but live also gives you a whole different experience, and at least it can make you tap into audience that normal rappers don't really do tap into. So I do like it. Yeah.
I would love us to talk about your support, especially with female fans, right? How is that going? Because, I mean, there's this stereotype that hip-hop,
Hard
rap
guys
is
will
dominant.
come.
Exactly. It's just for men. How are you able to
But I've met
to
some
handle that?
ladies, especially when it comes to female fans, that really love rap. Like, I've had ladies sending me videos rapping to my song, and they are not singing any of my Afropop songs or anything, like Fifth August and things, and they are sending it and they are rapping word for word and all that. So yeah,
Nice.
I think it's all good.
Nice.
Charlie, what's next? I mean, you've dropped an album. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of videos dropping.
A couple of videos dropping. ABCD is the first video that
love it.
I'm dropping.
Love
I
it.
think it's already out, and I'll be dropping other videos as well. But from now going, it's just me running my promo for my project.
Are you going to go on tour or something?
Yeah, definitely. I'm
Sweet.
gonna
Where do
go
we
to see
catch you at for your next live performance? Any place you're looking at? Are you going to be doing intimate shows and all that?
For the live, I would like to, like somebody said, I should try a live rendition. So I'd like to record something actually live, you know, have a setup like what we just did, and then, you know, run through the songs and put it out for the people too as well.
I know it's investment heavy, but try looking at the possibility of doing a band. Getting a band, because the way you rap and the way you interpolate and vibe, if you had a band that could relate with you,
It will be
epic.
great. Facts.
Epic.
True.
Finally,
So I think
before
somebody
you go.
told me that on Instagram.
The whole time I was
few
listening
days
to you in there, I was just like, Charlie, if like some band did this guy in back right now, the way it go
Sporting
pop.
crazy.
Especially that if he has song.
Yeah.
Finally, before you go, 15 songs on the album. What's your favorite on there?
I think my favorite will.
If you mention a
Normally,
favorite for blue.
artists, you see the thing, artists, but you know, funny enough, when artists do album, like rappers do album, the ones they love are the
usually the deeper ones.
the deeper ones, and what people won't really
So what
vibe
would be
to.
your
But
favorite so that someone can go
I have, and being the artist that created it, I'll be biased towards my work.
Okay.
I'll tell you that I like
All of them.
lots of them, but you know, Me to Me.
Me to Me.
And,
That's track number 4. Me
Yeah,
to Me, guys.
and then you
track
know
number
the one with Ifia. These
Hustle
are
and Ambition.
songs that I really love, but you know I have other ones on there.
Okay, so Me to
in
Me,
fact,
All of it.
4.
Any
All
last
right.
words?
Okay.
Any last words?
I would love to say, look, if you're out there, thank you for supporting me. But then photo album is out there. Make sure you go out there, stream it, tell another person that Lyrical Joe dropped photo album. Support, and all thanks to 3 Music as well for having me on this.
And all the best for your promo and your tour as well,
Well done.
right? And everything else that you're doing. All the best with it.
You heard
Go
it
get
here.
ABCD.
Photo album launched, released, available everywhere. Lyrical Joe. Let's go back in there and check out the stunning performance we just had before we started a big conversation live here on Culture Daily. It's Friday. It's your boy Serial with Olele Salvador.
Congratulations,
Lenny
Damsey.
Lawman, and the man Lyrical Joe. Let's go jam some hip hop, and we out.
We out.
Have a good week.
Are you feeling my style? Whoa, are you feeling my style? Look, sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm not. My mind gets curious, I can't find my love. Sometimes I'm okay, and sometimes I'm not. Look, my mind gets curious, I can't find my love, but I'm keeping it all. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 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 F, you pay me, I'm with my army. Look, I live life on the low with my blood, make nobody rise my BP. Love never did, it will show you shake it. I told you, I'ma be your Chris Brown. If I sin, please don't judge me. But sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm not. Look, and my mind get curious, I can't find my love. But sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not. Look, and my mind get curious, I can't find my love, but I'm keeping it all. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 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 Life is nursery. A, B, C, D. You're my oxygen, but please don't air me. Is that your baby? Hey, she want come take pounds. Me too, I do dollar. I never you see this, and sometimes I'm serious,